this video, we are going to make the configurations. Those are the different sizes of the decks as you go along the shelf. So the first thing to do is on Fusion, there is something called configure. Now, if you don't have the online version, this one may be grayed out. So what you need to do, this I'll explain in another video. If you see on the top left is my name and team hub. So you must have a version which has team there. So if you're using the app, you need to go online. You go by your name, then you go online, and then you change that one to a team. If you have any difficulty, give me in the questions, comments, and then I can be able to solve it. So now to be able to make different configurations, I'll push this one a bit down. All you have to do is to click on configure here. You get a screen like that which talks about to configure mode. For this time, I'll just click OK. We don't need anything there. And this is now a configuration table. This table is going to come out like what you see on the left here. So the first line is the first configuration, which is that one. And the second line are the different ones. So when you click on configuration, I may close it again and just demonstrate something. So when you click on configuration, you look down here to these icons. You're going to see them changed color. Anything which can be configured in here will change to blue. So if I click that, you can see now almost everything can be configured and it is blue. So then we start our configuration. We'll start with the sketch, the first sketch. So if you click on that first sketch, it gives you D1 and D2. Now this one is the first dimension. We have to rename them again, So if I click on that D1, I get 300. The D2 is also 300, and that is equivalent to D1. So we don't need that. I'll just leave that one out and press OK. And then I'll go in here. For some reason, it doesn't give a whole number like A. Let's just put A1, which has managed to go there. So you press enter, and then you go the next sketch, which will give us a sketch of the top holes. So still you click on the upper, it will give you 222. If you click on the bottom one, it gives you the same, and we don't need that. Then you press OK. Double click on this one or rename column, and this time we put there B1. Then you go the next sketch, which is the underneath holes. So if you click there, that's 250. You click OK. Then you right click and rename column, and you can put C1. Then the last column is the thickness, which is this extrude here. So if you put distance, you can see it is 330 millimeters, which is what we put in the drawing. Rename column, and then you put D1. So that configuration now is the first one here. It is all well defined. So we go on by just pressing the plus sign. That will be the second configuration. All we need to do now is just to edit these ones. So just type in the values as you see them here. 175, 225. You will see that those diagonal ones are the same because they are going to sit in the same place. It's 10, 20. and then you go to the next. You can see now it has reduced. Then you go the next one, that's 225, and the next one 125, and it's 125, and the next one is 175, which is bigger, and the last one is 20. Fourth configuration, that will be 175, and then the next one is 75, 75, 1, 2, 3. The next one is 125, and the last one is 20. And then you go to configuration 5, which is 125, and then 25. Any errors is because we are still entering figures, but there shouldn't be any error. Then 75, and then 20. And the last configuration is a bit tricky. That's 75. Let me put the drawing there. That's 0. So there should be no holes in there. And that's 25. There should be one hole in there. And then 20. So if this one fails, if you put a 1 here, let's see what happens. Yeah, that puts us close to the hole, but it's not that of a hole. So maybe if we reduce this value to 0.001, 0. That will be closer. Because I've tried everything, it seems not to be allowing that much to put 0. Okay, so that will do anyway. And this is the end of the configurations, which are 6, and which we are now going to use in the assembly. But before the assembly, there should be some other 2 parts which we need to add on. So let's wait until the next coming parts.